Alright, we're doing a smoker today, October 17th, 2015. Smoky in there for some reason. I got what's left of the turkey burgers. I got some ribs I just put on there, and I got a big old pork butt on the end. And the fire's going in here. Got all my utensils and paraphernalia. I use that injector to inject that big pork butt with beer. Works really good. There's my new snowmobile, new to me anyway. We got some foliage going. Can't beat it. Sun was trying to come out earlier, but now the rain is taking over, and I think it's getting colder. It was in the low 40s when I came out this morning to start the fire at 7:30. It's probably 9 now, 9:30 maybe, I don't know. Let's see what temps are now. Yeah, it's dropping, look at that. Huh. Crazy, I tell ya. Take a look into Canada there, see what's going on over there. Those people over there. A lot of Canadians in Canada. With all the leaves going on. It is pretty here this time of year, I gotta say. Vermont is a special place. I suppose any time of year, but especially this time of year. People come here for miles around to see this. And it's been spotty this year. And I'll be honest with you, I've always thought it was pretty, but growing up here, it's easy to take it for granted. You get caught up in your day-to-day activities and walking around, driving around, and so yeah, I'm going somewhere, I'm not really taking it in. But now that I've lived in different parts of the country, I have a greater appreciation of what this is. We're looking into Canada, by the way. That would be the Tomophobia River. I never thought Tom was such a bad guy, but somebody does. To name a river Tomophobia, must be a pretty bad dude that they're so afraid of him. I don't know. Never given us any trouble. But you know, living here, you do have to kind of force yourself to be in the moment and kind of slow your brain down and take it in. Because, you know, like I said, you can get caught up in your day-to-day comings and goings and just forget to make yourself conscious of what you're looking at. Because it's a sight to behold, it really is. It is. Get some action close-ups here. Fingers are getting cold holding this thing. My boat is going to go back in here, but I'm going to wait till the leaves drop so it doesn't fill up with leaves any more than it already has, because it will collect a lot of leaves. As you can see, there's plenty in there already. I'll have to clean that out. But this summer, made some upgrades to the boat. I got those seats, got these rod holders. There's two of them. There's one over there too. And I use a little electric motor on the back of there, which works really good. This summer I also put this holder for my fish finder, which works well. Next summer I want to put a gas-powered outboard on there. I've got a lead on one. I've got a guy who rebuilds older motors, and he's got one of 15 horse, which is what I want. He's got a good price. I'm going to see if I can work it out with him that I can pay him off over the winter and pick it up in the spring. This is my latest here. I'm going to mask off that pink and paint that skidoo yellow. Not feeling that pink. Let's start this puppy up. Turn the key. Gotta hit the primer. 1, 2, 3. Should start on the first or second pull here. Oh. Stay running? Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck, man? I think because I just run it and start it for a few minutes instead of riding it for a while, which obviously I can't really ride it in these conditions, but I think you just start it and run it for a minute and stop it. It starts to carbon up. But we'll continue the tour here. Looking down on the front lawn, you can see we've got some leaves collecting there at the bottom of the lawn. Yeah. And there's where my garden was. I pulled that up the other day, finished that up and mowed everything down so it's back to where I started. And that's it. That's the tour. We're back to the smoker. Look at the smoke coming out of there. Got some tasty vittles in there. Alright, that's it. Alright, we're getting some snow. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Trying to see what's a good angle that would illustrate it. There we go. See that? October 17th, first snow of the year. Yeah, I guess it shows up against the... Trying to do this smoker here, having a hard time. It turns out when it's cold, with cold air, it doesn't go as well. It's hard to keep the far end of it hot enough for the cooking. So I've got to keep the fire a little hotter and move the food closer to the firebox. Usually I have that big pork shoulder down at the end, but finally I've got it up close to 200 degrees. Ideally it should be 225, but I can work with 200, especially if I'm moving everything closer to the firebox. Then the fire's got to be hotter than it normally would be in the summer. I'm finding that out. I've never done it in weather as cold as this. Not that this is so cold, but I usually do this during the summer, and it's, you can see it's not summer. It's definitely not flip-flop weather anymore. But that's life in the Northeast Kingdom. Crazy, I tell you. All right. Get some snow. It's coming down, baby. October 17th, which is right about on time for at least the first look at snow. Usually we'll get flurries. This is considered snow showers, I guess. I doubt this will amount to anything in the way of accumulation. At best, we'll get a dusting. Now, the foliage is late this year. The leaves are late to drop because that's what comes after the peak foliage. And we're at about peak right now. So it's a couple of weeks late. If we were to get 6 inches or a foot of snow right now, with all the leaves on the trees, that puts an enormous amount of weight on the trees because the snow, a lot of snow stays up there and weighs down those branches. And you get big trees falling down on power lines and causing power outages and all sorts of mayhem like that. I would be shocked if we got something like that out of this snow. But you never know. Mother Nature's full of surprises. As you can see, we got the foliage and it's like those locust trees are just starting to turn mid-October. That's very late. They're usually the last to bloom in the spring and the last to change in the fall. This is where my garden was. I pulled everything up and mowed it down. A few days ago. There's some noise over there. I don't know what that is. Yeah, look at some foliage right there. Now it's snowing and the sun is out. Bizarre day, my friends. And do the cha-cha. I might just do the merengue and the cha-cha. We'll see how it goes here. Yeah, so it's an hour or two later. Now it's really coming down. It's even collecting a little on the ground. I doubt this will amount to much, but it means it. Collecting on the roof there too. See if I can zoom in. Alright, so here's a cool angle of the snow. Looking down into Canada. Blowing right at us. One of Canada's finest exports, snow. Yeah, baby. Get it from this angle, maybe. Let's see. Yes, sir. Gotta love it.